Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk Taskmaster. And I'm catching up. I know I started Series 17 a little bit late, a few weeks late to the party, but I'm getting there as quickly as I can. I'm still hoping that I can be fully caught up before the end of the series, so be patient, but that's my goal. I hope I can fulfill it. Anyway, it's been a great series so far. I've been really impressed with the cast. It seems like a particularly competent one this series, which appeals to me. It doesn't feel any less funny or entertaining than previous versions where there was more overt incompetence. But there is enough of a wild card in this series, I feel, between Nick and Sophie, especially. But everybody's having their strong moments, and I'm continually impressed by the quality of the tasks. Alex and the producers that dream these up every year. I don't know how they do it. They have a winning formula though that somehow keeps things fresh and creative, inspiring for the cast, and entertaining for the audience. It's a really lovely winning formula. They've somehow captured magic in the bottle, and I applaud them for it. And I'm ready to just jump into this next episode. So let's do that, guys. This is episode 5 of Series 17 of Taskmaster. What is that title about?
Next to me, a man who confided in me about his theory that strength of regional accent is directly related to lack of intelligence.
We're going to get to see their most extraordinary pictures.
And I made do this. Oh, that's great. That's good.
That's fun.
From episode 1.
I think that's great.
Really?
Well, let me give you a different take on it, Nick. It's neither bad nor extraordinary.
Well done, Sophie.
A picture of a sign outside of a church quite near where I live. And I just find it extraordinary that Tees is so big. St Anne's Church homemade cream. Tees 3 p.m. Tees 5 p.m. Sunday.
Scared the shit out of me, that.
My picture was taken of a comedian called Paul McCaffrey and captures the true bleakness of being a travelling comedian better than any image in the history of civilization.
Jesus Christ, that's a build-up.
Yeah, indeed it is.
Oh, my God. I have been in that chair.
It's a mixture of self-hatred.
Yeah.
It's bafflement at how life turned out this way.
Mine's more experiential.
I'm going to turn away now. I'm going to experience it.
No, you have to look at it to experience it. There, look. Oh, Che, yeah. That's Che Guevara
I know who it is.
on a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the political statement you were making?
That balloons are pricey. That's it, inflation. You didn't say it to be extraordinarily good. You just said extraordinary. Mine's extraordinarily shite.
That's a worthy argument.
What I brought in is a photograph of 2 friends. Here it is.
Sinister, isn't it? I mean, we're not great-looking guys with our own faces.
But the face swap.
Jesus Christ. Shouty Tees, 4 points. The Paul McCaffrey scream of despair, 5 points. Well done,
Is Paul McCaffrey well known enough that it would influence my opinion of that?
What are you wearing?
My special belt.
You wearing a girdle?
Be the most impressive load bearer.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Your time starts when Alex interrupts.
It's called a support belt.
Your time starts when Alex
Good luck with the
interrupts.
task. I've started the clock.
Oh, yeah.
When Alex interrupts you.
I missed my opportunity. I'll have to interrupt you physically.
The attention he wanted for wearing that weightlifter's belt. Everyone goes, oh, he's such a nice guy. No, the guy's a prick.
What's an impressive load?
Like, could I wear that around my neck?
No.
No.
Sort of having a panic attack, isn't it, really?
That's not impressive.
So I've maximised the load by using the pegging system.
Lovely.
This is good, because then what I can do is put the balls... Yeah, it is quite wet. I wasn't expecting that, were you?
No.
Neither was particularly impressive.
I thought both ladies did what we call on this show a shed panic. You look like an old lady who's had a fall into a room of her own tat.
I'm not deranged.
You look like you've done a lot of shouting in a high street.
Sophie looks like she's turned up to a beach party that everyone has desperately tried to stop her finding out about. Both of them are saying, I didn't get any of the WhatsApps.
Sophie, 13.2 kilograms versus 5.4 for Joanne.
How heavy is the caravan? I'm only kidding.
Oh.
Have you done this sort of thing before?
No.
Right.
We can do it.
How to do it, still maintain some dignity.
That is the question.
Oh, it's a fun idea.
OK.
I'm not sure what Nick's trying to...
How long have I got, Alex? We are...
It was impressive when he first came out the door. It was looking good. Now, not so much. I'm not sure what Nick was doing was bearing an impressive load.
The way you picked that chair up, I thought, oh, well, he's obviously done street performance or something. The confidence with which you...
Oh, yeah, I can pick up a chair.
Have we got any model Gregs around?
Yeah, I can get you some Gregs.
Yeah, can you get me some Gregs, please? It's a classic case of a gutter of Gregs.
Jump.
Feast your eyes, gutter of Gregs!
Pretty solid.
You think that appealing to my ego is going to get you points on the show,
Yes,
do you?
yes, he does.
Very wise.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have Nick.
Come on, that looks good.
Why have they blurred the cow's face?
Didn't get consent.
John's.
It's a bit much, though, isn't it?
It is. Sorry, Joanne, yours is the least impressive.
Okay.
I'm showing humility by giving 4 points to John. And I'm sorry, the most impressive was old Snooker Q umbrella chin, and I stand by it.
Really? Really? All right. Look at Nick being competent and successful.
Wow!
Could you turn the hairdryer off? It's a bit noisy.
Yeah, sure. Oh.
Cheeky.
What do you mean?
The string and this, there was a lot going on there.
Was there a lot, really?
Oh, I did it too early.
Take the most dramatic photo of yourself in mid-air.
I've never been a good jumper.
Is it worth just, like, sacrificing yourself and jumping off the roof? Would health and safety allow that?
I'll have a wonder and a think. Yeah, that hasn't been very helpful.
No, I'm not a great jumper. I'm more of a slut dropper.
I do all my own stunts. Always have, always will. I enjoy the adrenaline.
Shall we all have a little jump?
Nick, you may as well sit down.
No, I'm quite good.
3, 2, 1, jump!
Right, well, we need to light a fire.
Now, Alex, I might need a bit of help.
I've been experimenting.
Things took a turn.
Go! Hang on.
Right.
I got my parachute.
Ready?
Oh, no, I'm... You gonna give me some G-force?
Ironically, when you're just falling from the sky, you're only experiencing 1 G.
Go!
Where's the midair part of this?
Yeah, not bad.
OK, here is Nick, dramatically in midair.
You arguably couldn't be less mid-air.
Joanne.
I think you might be back in the game.
Taskmaster is proving to me that I have the creativity of a wheelie bin.
Sophie in midair.
I mean, I cannot wait.
You know what? It worked out once. That's awesome.
Was it another shed panic? Did you run
No,
into...
no, I planned this. I've been wanting to get him in that pigeon head from the moment I saw it.
People do. People do. Do you want to see robins in flight?
Please. Bloody hell.
Nice.
That's good.
No eye patch, though.
You get in a cannon.
Yeah.
You really want this, don't you?
Look at the air.
Have a look at Steve Pemberton in midair.
Oh, the hair.
See, the G-force, I hope that they would have painted out the elastic band.
You would hope they would have made it look like you were in midair as well. Let's deal with Nick, first of all.
Right. It looks like a completely different task.
I'm going to give you 1 point for
Thank
that. Insane Pigeon Madness 5. I don't know why. I just think it's the most dramatic possibly because I'm worried about her state of mind. That's the way.
All right. Good for her.
Hi, Alex.
You want to have a little lie down?
Some of them have stuff written on them.
Oh, lovely.
What's
Have a
under?
lay down, isn't it?
Oh, this is nice.
Tie yourself to the bed. Most tied up person wins.
If you pull down the terrible tie, you are disqualified.
Well, how do I know which is the terrible tie?
Oh, you'll know.
You must be horizontal whilst in the lab.
Like that.
Oh, no, that's not horizontal.
Is that horizontal?
No!
How the fuck do I take them down?
Okay, so there's definitely multiple ties that have stuff written on them.
I sometimes wonder whether you...
Which is
knew
probably
that
somehow
what the show
terrible.
was that you were signing up to.
They said the less you watched it, the better. That's what they said.
They lied. They lied.
This is a bad idea.
I love that they've just
Don't hit yourself in the
put
face
the
with
hooks
that.
visibly underneath them.
I obviously can...
Oh, no, thank you.
Ah, for God's sake.
Is that tied to the bed?
Yeah. Oh, no.
She's just giving herself a tourniquet.
Guan Beth Man, Guanad Cario.
Why are there ties written in Welsh? Was that a fashion trend at some point?
The terrible tie. Hedwig, Wheeler, Clock, Goanna, Beth, man.
Okay, I'm just going to just check on the ties.
You're so mean.
Thanks, John. You seem pretty tied up.
Oh.
I'll be in my dressing room for anyone.
But what's the terrible tie? I'm so confused.
Back has to be parallel to the floor.
Exactly
But I could
that.
be on all fours, couldn't I? So that's allowed, isn't it?
There's something I've missed, isn't there? Because this is what you kind of...
This is the show.
It didn't say I need to use a tie to tie myself to the bed. That was the trick.
How long have I got, Greg?
Pardon?
Go, Alex.
Oh.
Hello.
It'll be horizontal whilst in the lab.
Whilst in the lab. I can't get out now. But I don't know what this is gaining me.
Nobody does.
I don't think I've done this one right.
Oh, dear.
Looks quite well, actually.
Oh, so close. I mean, it was a very efficient tie.
Yeah, too efficient, really.
See you later, Alex. I'll get the door, don't worry.
Yeah.
No, I am stuck now.
Talk me through the strategy. It was quite good, I thought.
I don't think I had one, really. Just crawled about and got a rope and tied myself up.
Well, don't talk yourself down. You saw what Nick was
Right.
doing.
Yeah.
Once I flipped, I just couldn't... There was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
But what I'm interested in is why did you flip?
Yeah, well, it's a good question.
Now you're talking. I want to hire the bed. I thought there'd be a way to screw... Is this the horrible one? Oh, something in Welsh.
Why are there so many Welsh ties? I'm still so confused.
Lying down.
Which one's
I
terrible?
want different body parts involved. Okay, I think I'm done to enjoy it now.
5 seconds left. And he tied 28 ties. Attached himself to the bed.
Mouth, head, pelvis.
Not through the pelvic bone, but...
No.
I mean, do you want to win or not?
Know what you want and have the confidence to go after it. That's what I wore on my stag night.
Okay.
Whoever is happy will make others happy too. And then the red tie, of course. This is a terrible tie, and that was brought down by Mr. Steve.
Oh.
2 points to Nick, 3 to John, 4 to Joanne, 5 points to Sophie Willan.
Yeah, I feel like I would have been afraid to bring down any of the Welsh ties. John's another strong showing, but Sophie in a strong surprise second.
Park a vehicle in the parking bay, and the worst parker each round is eliminated.
So you definitely want to roll your vehicle off the nappet.
You must stay on the gold circle. You're aiming for parking bay number 1.
Okay.
No, it's gone too far. Fuck!
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Very clever. Oh. Woo!
It's safe. She is safely through. Well done.
Yeah.
Is it enough? Fortunately, Sophie, you've been eliminated in round
Have
1.
I?
And I must take small Sophie away from you.
No.
Yeah. This is aiming for number 2, of course.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh, God. Confident.
Bold.
Oh, my gosh.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to win, Alex.
You step on that board, I'm going to come up there like a windmill. Oh, that's lovely.
This is looking good.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
You're aiming for parking bay number 3, of course.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, distance is right, but off angle. No! Off the nappet.
John, any advice on the horse?
Just whack it right off the end.
Oh. All right. It definitely pulls to the right. Adios, Nick.
In the final round, you both push at the same time.
Oh, my God.
The drama.
Clear the nappet. Oh, that's lovely to see.
I am genuinely excited.
Of course.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. 2.
Pemberton takes it!
Wow.
And those 5 points for Pemberton.
We're not enough.
Very little bearing on the final scores. The 3rd episode in a row has been won by Mr. John Robbins.
Wow.
Robbins wins! Whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, do remember, things could always be worse.
I'm beginning to worry that John's just going to dominate this series. Everybody's doing fairly well. Sophie had a strong episode today, but that's 3 in a row for John now. And he did very well in the first 2 episodes as well. That Steve won. So yeah, I'm beginning to worry that not everyone's even going to win an episode. Certainly that happens occasionally, but more series than not, everybody wins at least one. And I don't think we're going to get there this season. I just have a feeling. I don't see Nick stringing together an entire episode of good tasks. Or, well, Joanne might with the right combo. Sophie might, but we're already halfway through the season, and we have only had 2 winners. We had some interesting tasks this episode. The most extraordinary picture. See, I'm not a comedian. I'm a semi-serious amateur photographer. I like wildlife photography in particular, and I've had some good shots in my travels. So I'd probably bring in a really extraordinary wilderness shot. I've got a picture of a killer whale pulling a sea lion off the beach in Argentina. Things like that. Kind of extraordinary, kind of literal, not necessarily funny. I see the humor in John's picture of the comedian in the Nando's. Having no idea who that comedian is, but I get this sense of where he is in life right now. The lack of glamour. I enjoyed Nick's, but I wouldn't have called it extraordinary. It was an interesting font choice. But yeah, I don't feel like there were extraordinary entries in the prize task this time. Bear the biggest load, the most impressive load, rather. You could certainly try and just be physical about it and be literal about it. And I thought when Alex told us the mass of the first two loads, namely those of Joanne and Sophie, that was going to be a further criteria down the road. But then we got into it became more about being impressive while bearing a load. I admired Nick's ambition. I mean, ultimately, he put a pool cue attached to an umbrella on his chin for half a second. I'm not sure I would have given him the win. I thought John had that one wrapped up with the gutter of Greg's. But, Greg was feeling magnanimous, or he felt Nick deserved the extra point. I'm okay with that. I thought Steve's creation, the totem pole of miscellaneous creatures, looked really impressive when he first revealed himself in the doorway, but the process of actually coming outside rather defeated the impressiveness of what he had achieved, which is a shame. And unfortunately, the two ladies just I'm not sure they went in with a coherent plan, and they came out with the fewest points, and I feel that was pretty deserved. Then we had take the most impressive midair shot. I would have done exactly the kind of thing that John did. I mean, it's all about getting low angle, put a bit of action behind it. I doubt health and safety would have allowed me to actually jump off the roof, but considering the pads they had there, like I would have taken a leap off a one-story roof onto the 2-foot foam pads they had. I'd probably hurt myself. I'm not a young man anymore, but I would have done that for Taskmaster. The discrepancy in how Sophie looked on video versus how she looked in that one particular picture is proof positive the power of still photography. It's capturing that instant where everything looks pretty good versus the continuous live action, which looks frantic and frankly insane. But kudos to her for having faith in the process and, spewing what I can only assume was milk out of the teapot onto a pigeon-headed Alex while bouncing frantically on a trampoline. And hey, it worked. John did well, but I think Sophie's was certainly the more creative. I can get behind her getting the full points there. That was worth it. Tie yourself to the bed was a weird one. I don't know how obvious it was if you were looking at them from below while on the bed, but it was pretty clear to me that there were ties that were written on. And since I can't read Welsh, I can't even say it out loud. I could only assume that they were somehow terrible, and I would have avoided bringing any of them down. It's good to know that you only really had like a 1 in 5 chance of getting the terrible one, which helps if you accidentally bring one down. But yeah, I would have avoided those. Putting the pole helpers underneath the bed is classic Taskmaster, readily apparent. But I feel like even walking into the room, you would have seen them under the bed. So the fact that not everyone found them, a little bit surprising. I love what Taskmaster does to you. There's different steps in processing mentally a task. First, you read the rules and you take them literally. And then those who have watched the game or played the game a bunch start thinking about, okay, well, what's the loophole? What's the way around this? And not the catch is not every task has a loophole. So Sophie's, crawling out of the room horizontally. I mean, she ends up winning, coming back with rope to tie herself up with, but I don't feel it was necessary. I don't feel that was any more tied up than if she had just started bringing ties down and tying herself up with the ties. And then there's what happens with somebody like Nick, where you get halfway through thinking twice about the clue, thinking maybe there's a loophole here, deciding to flip yourself over and start making your way out of the room without any real goal in mind, just thinking, oh, I can leave, and then what? You just sort of melt down, stuck, flipped over like a turtle on its back in the desert. Yeah. Highly entertaining, but a weird task. I'm not sure if it resulted in what the producers anticipated it would finally look like. I wonder if how often that happens, where they envision a probable end result, and what actually happens is something completely different. Yeah, I don't know. And then there was the final task, which I missed something in the rules because I was confused about who was getting eliminated in the first couple of rounds. I think in the first round they had to get to the first square. In the second round they had to get to the second square, and so on. And going past that square was what would eliminate you first. I think. I'd have to go back and watch. But I'm all for tasks like this where one person gets eliminated each round. The drama builds, the tension builds. It comes down to a head-to-head, a dual push-off of carriage versus car. And yeah, it's everything you hope a final task of Taskmaster would be. Unfortunately, the final showdown, Steve versus John, really didn't have any bearing on the winner of the episode. John had already done enough to clinch victory. He wins it yet again with another strong performance, 20 points out of a possible 25. I think that puts him at like 95 after 5 episodes. He's on a really strong pace. I feel like Greg's being generous with the points this season. You know, tasks like the impressive midair photo, he gave 1 point to Nick, but everybody else got 4 or 5 points. So that's going to skew points per game up. But I wouldn't be surprised if we end up breaking Dara O'Brien's record this series. It feels like we're on pace to do that. Anyway, we're halfway through already. This series is flying. I'm having a ton of fun. I can't believe I managed to resist watching this show for an entire year. But I'll be diving right into episode 6 and getting that reaction up as soon as I can, guys. So until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.